welcome to Mobile Class Academy. This is a place where we make learning fun and we bring it to the comfort of wherever you are. And irrespective of your location, you can attend your classes. So far, in chapter 1, we looked at the meaning and the scope of government, and there we looked at the definition of government under 3 different perspectives. That's government as an institution of state, government as an art or process of governing, and government as an academic field of study. In chapter 2, we looked at the basic concepts and principles of government, concepts like society, nation, power, authority, legitimacy, sovereignty, democracy, and the likes. In chapter 3, we looked at the various constitutions, the types, the definition, its features, whether it's a written, unwritten, rigid, or flexible constitution. In chapter 4, we looked at the organs of government, that is the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive arm of government. And in chapter 5, we looked at the states and characteristics of the structure of government, structure, whether it's a unitary, federal, confederal, or a presidential system of government. The focus of our class today will be citizenship. That is chapter 6 of our syllabus. So we are looking at citizenship. Let's ask ourselves, who is a citizen? I know a lot of us are very familiar with the word citizen, but what exactly is a citizen? How can a citizen be defined? A citizen can be defined as a member of a city, a state, or a nation with full legal rights, privileges, and all certain obligations to the state or nation. So when you are talking about citizenship, it's not all about the rights. All a lot of people know is their rights. They want to claim their legal rights from time to time. But citizenship is far beyond that. So you enjoy your rights in the States. You also have certain obligations, full legal rights. A citizen has privileges, but also owes certain obligations to the state. Citizen also has duty which he owes the state or nation. So citizen can be defined as a member, a legally recognized member of a city, a state, or a nation with full legal rights, privileges, and all certain obligations to the state. So the citizenship is a coin that has 2 sides. One side of it has the full legal rights and privileges of the citizen, while the other side of the coin has to do with the obligations which the citizen owes the state. So then, what are the ways of acquiring citizenship? We have to look at the ways by which a person can acquire citizenship. What are the ways of acquiring citizenship? Number 1 way of acquiring citizenship is by birth. By birth, citizenship by birth. Number 2, by naturalization. By naturalization. Number 3, by marriage or registration. Person can acquire citizenship by marriage or registration. And number 4, we'll be looking at dual citizenship. And number 5, we'll be looking at honorary citizenship. That brings us to the question, if you are asked, what are the ways of acquiring citizenship? I've made this acronym, this code, like an abbreviation that will help you to remember the ways of acquiring citizenship very easily. So in an exam situation, if you are asked, what are the ways of acquiring citizenship? Kindly remember this code, HR bind, HR bind, HR bind. As a short, an abbreviation of the entire 5 ways of acquiring citizenship that I've listed here. So number 1, H stands for honorary, R stands for registration, BI, an abbreviation for birth, N, naturalization, and D, dual citizenship. So if you are asked what are the ways of acquiring citizenship, just in case you can't remember this entire details, please keep this code, this acronym in mind, HR bind, which stands for honorary, registration, by birth, by naturalization, and dual citizenship. I believe that this code will go a long way to help in an exam situation. Now let's look at each of the ways that have been listed earlier in more details. Number 1, citizenship by birth. Don't forget we are talking about the ways by which one can acquire citizenship. And the first on our list is citizenship by birth. Citizenship by birth. That is, some people become automatic citizens of the country where they are born. If one or both parents of a person are citizens of a given state, the person may have a right to become a citizen as well. If you follow this class, you would observe that I say some people, meaning that there are exceptions to this rule. It's not in every situation that a person becomes a citizen of a country by birth. Certain countries have regulations as in beyond birth, the person has to stay for a certain number of times. So citizenship by birth varies from country to country, but in Nigeria, you become an automatic citizen of our country, and some other countries too, you become an automatic citizen of the country where you are born. But if one or both parents of a person are citizens of a given state, the person may have a right to become a citizen as well. Here, I have a picture of a pregnant woman, a woman that is heavily pregnant. Let's take, for instance, she is Nigerian. If she gives birth, a child automatically becomes a Nigerian. Here is a picture of a family that, to cater for our illustration, that is, if one or both parents and sometimes grandparents of a person are citizens of a given state, the person automatically becomes a citizen of that state. So take note that the first mode of acquiring citizenship is citizenship by birth. The second mode of acquiring citizenship is citizenship by naturalization. Citizenship by naturalization. When we are talking about citizenship by naturalization, we are saying that states normally grant citizenship to people who have entered the country legally and have been granted permit to stay and also live for a specific period. So, where a person who enters the country legally has been granted permit to stay and also live for a specific period, it's called citizenship by naturalization. In some countries, naturalization is subject to conditions which may include passing a test, demonstrating reasonable knowledge of the language or of the way of life, good conduct, and moral character. Meaning that in some countries, naturalization is subject to certain conditions, which include, number one, passing a test, demonstrating reasonable knowledge of the language or the way of life of the people, good conduct, which is very important, and moral character. In Nigeria, a person who is not a citizen by birth can qualify for a grant of a certificate of naturalization if he satisfies the following conditions. If he satisfies these 5 conditions that have been listed here, and they are listed also in the Nigerian Constitution. And the first condition is that 1, he must be an adult, somebody of full age. Number 2, he must be of good character. The person has shown to be of good character. Number 3, if he has shown a clear intention to live in Nigeria. Number 4, if he has made useful contributions to the progress of Nigeria. Number 5, if he has lived in Nigeria for at least 15 years, then he can qualify for citizenship by naturalization. Number 3, the third mode of acquiring citizenship is by marriage or registration. By marriage or registration. Citizenship by marriage or by registration. And here we are saying that where a woman is married to a person of another nationality, she can acquire the citizenship of her husband's country through registration. This is automatic actually. So marriage or by registration. Once you are married to a person of another nationality, you can acquire the citizenship of your spouse's country through registration. So, where a woman, for instance, is married to a person of another nationality, she automatically would acquire the citizenship of that country. But certain countries have their own variation, because beyond marriage, some countries will require you to stay for some time before you can be granted citizenship by marriage or by registration, to ensure that your intention of going into marriage is genuine and authentic. But here, in certain countries like Nigeria, the moment you get married to a national of Nigeria, you automatically acquire the citizenship of the country. So here is a picture of certain persons who have married citizens of Nigeria. They automatically become citizens of Nigeria. Number 4, we'll be looking at dual citizenship. Dual citizenship is also a means of acquisition of citizenship in a country. Dual citizenship, also known as multiple citizenship or multiple nationality. It's also known as multiple citizenship or multiple nationality is the status of a person where a person is a citizen of more than one state. If a person is a citizen of more than one state, he is said to have dual citizenship, which is also known as multiple citizenship or multiple nationality. Number 5, we'll be looking at honorary citizenship. That's the 5th means of acquisition of citizenship. That's honorary citizenship. It's a status that's bestowed by a country on a foreign individual whom it's considered to be admirable or worthy of distinction. So usually it is given as a mark of honor and recognition to a person of repute, usually very, very reputable people.